I'm here to tell stories about my family, mental health, death, grief, loss, and coming out as queer in my 40s. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, western Kansas, in a farming family. I mean, we're talking so far out there that it was 4 hours just to get to an airport. In 2019, my mom died, and in 2020, my dad died. And that represented the end of my family of origin, all of the family who I grew up with. Last year, I started getting involved with stage storytelling, and I've got no history as a performer, but I knew that I wanted a way to tell stories about my family and my really complicated and difficult relationships with them often, especially now that they were gone and nobody else knew any of these stories. I was the last person. In the last 2 years, I also came out as a queer person, and after a lifetime of presenting as a straight cis guy, I finally reached a point where I was comfortable enough with myself to live authentically as who I am, and it's resulted in a radical transformation of my life. I went from running a small retail business for 15 years to finding myself now as this queer organizer and activist who works with a team of people to make a lot of awesome things happen around town. So that's what you're in store for. Stories about my family as I continue to process their loss, and then also stories about me as I kind of figure out how to be the queer weirdo I know I've always wanted to be and navigate this magical new life I found myself in. If there's one thing that I'd want anybody to take away from any of this, is that it's never too late to be the person you want to be. And it's really awesome when you start living that way.